Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Today we have another Steel Division 2 League cast for you. This one is between Finzent and Maxwell. I believe this is Group 3 or Division 3 of the Steel Division League, and it's exciting to see Finzent back on the channel. He is a big member of my Discord, and yeah, I wish Finzent the best of luck during this league season. Hopefully he'll do well, and but yes, I do want to maintain a neutral front, so I will try and not be biased as best as possible. So the matchup we have today, we have Finzent on the left hand side in red. He's playing the 1st Polish Infantry Division, and he is on Vanguard income. On the right hand side in blue we have Maxwell. He is playing the Ski Jaeger, the 1st Ski Jaeger in blue, and he is on Maverick income. And the map we are on, I believe, is Orsha East, with the big hill in the centre. So Finzent's deck is up on screen, the 1st Polish Infantry Division. Very good deck, very good division. I think it will struggle coming up against, heavy, tanks. It does have the IL-2s there, but, the Ski Jaeger, they don't have those heavy tanks. So I think it's well matched in this divisional matchup. There is a lot of infantry units you can bring out with this 1st Polish Division. He's got 104 in his infantry tab. We will see whether that makes a difference, but with the income wise, it looks like Maxwell is going for a B phase victory with that Maverick income. So maybe the depth of the 1st Polish, I think as long as Finzent gets through B phase into C phase, that real depth can come into play. I mean, look at the T-34s in the tank tab. He's got 12 in B and then 16 in C, so a lot of T-34s to come out and into play. A fairly standard deck overall. I don't think there's too much to say about this deck, and let's move on and have a look at Maxwell's deck. So he is playing the 1st Ski Jaeger in blue on the right hand side, and he's playing the Maverick income like we said. Ski Jaeger, I think it's a division that's improved a little bit over time. I think this was considered a really bad division at one stage. It's now, reasonable on certain maps. This one I think is a fairly decent map for it. It is a fairly tight infantry map, and that's where the Ski Jaeger is going to come into play. I'd like to see Maxwell kind of concentrate on maybe this southern area where there's lots of little forested areas. Hopefully if he can get over to Finzent's side, he'll find some luck in that southern area. His inventory is good as well. I mean, the Sturm Ski Jaegers, they have the 7 or the MP44s in those squads, so they can be quality infantry units, but he only has 60. And actually, yeah, looking at this deck now, no C phase cards. He has the C phase off map, which I'm guessing he's going to use if he's in a winning position. He's just going to spam out those 4 off map planes and try and hold, as well as the Heinkel 111 off map heavy bombers in C as well. Kind of surprised because he's only got 80 points of income. That's fine for the off map, but for those heavy bombers, he needs 2 ticks to bring out a heavy bomber. So if you brought out all 4, that's 8 ticks of income, 8 minutes of income. The income difference is what, 30 points. So it's a lot of income difference just to bring out those units. And he doesn't have a lot of tanks either. 4 T-34s in A and 8 T-34s in B. I mean, that's 12 tanks. I think Finzent had more tanks in B phase alone. So yeah, he's really going to struggle on the tank front, I think. He's going to have to use his anti-tank, guns to great effect. He has the Jagdpanzer Gazelle, the Pak 36, the Marder 1s, and the Pak 40s. So he's got a lot of options, but it's still, I feel like if Finzent gets I think this matchup at the moment for me does favour Finzent. I think the divisional choice favours him. Maxwell has to do a lot early on, I think. He has to push him. Oh, but then it's the Vanguard versus Maverick income setup. You know, Finzent has that Vanguard income, but Maxwell needs to push. I think he needs to push in A to try and get ahead so he can then, you know, really hammer Finzent in B phase. But yeah, at the moment, I would say, from my perspective, it looks like the game favours Finzent. But, you know, we don't know how these things are going to go. Let's have a quick look at the deployment. Oh, I can't show the routes. It looks like Finzent does have an SU-57 in the centre. M42 gun in there as well. SU-57 on the northern side. A lot of troops, I think, will go into this northern forest. Let's have a look at Maxwell. Needs to I'm guessing he's not finished yet, but when he finishes, he needs to push his vehicles up to this very, you know, top edge. Let's have a look at Finzent, just compare. Yeah, look where all of his vehicles are, right on the top line of roads. So Maxwell, I don't know whether you're quite finished with your deployment, but if you start like this and you watch this replay back, just remember to push your vehicles up to the start of the road. Does have a 120mm mortar in to start with. That's an interesting pick. No commander in, which kind of surprises me with the Ski Jaeger at the start. I think he would go for veterancy, especially in this centre town. I think if I was playing Maxwell's division choice, I would try and look to exploit this area down here with the forested areas. I mean, it's tough because the 1st Polish can match the Ski Jaeger in the infantry stance. I really think Finzent does have a nice advantage here. Let's just speed up the deployment so we do get into the game. This is going to be an interesting one to see how it unfolds, really. Oh, it looks like Finzent has put a T-34 in that top left spot. That wasn't there before, so he's maybe swapped a few units round. I'm not sure whether that SU is still there. Yeah, the SU is still there. So yeah, Maxwell, I don't know whether you're watching this, but from the looks of this trail of units, remember to push your vehicles up right to the very edge of your deployment zone. That will give you the best advantage when starting the game. Get your troops to the front quicker. Let's have a quick look at the orders at the start. Looks like Finzent is going fairly heavy up north. Also putting a fair few things down south as well. Maxwell, I think, is mostly concentrating in the centre area. He needs to trade well early on. Maxwell definitely needs to trade well early on. Hopefully the 120mm mortar will help him do that. He's going surprisingly quite far forward. I'd have probably dropped that off back here behind the heavy forest. But as he stands, you know, if Finzent gets a unit down this road, that 120mm mortar could get under pressure. Looks like one of the units did go down in the bottom side, but I think other than that, you know, a fairly conservative start to both players. That 120mm mortar is coming into play, bang into the centre of this town. But yeah, Maxwell, I mean, he's using the Ski Jaeger MG42s. He just doesn't seem to have a hell of a lot at his disposal right now. Oh, these Ski Jaegers. I don't know whether he lost some units down here, but he definitely looks under pressure. The Molotov cocktails come in and Finzent is going to take over this northern side. Down in the southern side. Looks like Maxwell's advancing through the trees, but his Sturm Ski Jaeger are pinned down, and that is not what you want with your Sturm Ski Jaeger. I did not have them handled. I had the Ognia there. Yeah, and the Ski Pioneer Fuel is going to have to backtrack. In the northern side, Finzent definitely taking a massive foothold up here. fairly quiet early on, fairly quiet. I mean, Finzent's done a fantastic job of taking over this northern forest, and we'll see where he goes from there. Is he going to spread south? There is a unit of Ski Jäger pushing across. They're not really going to do a whole lot against all of these. And Maxwell's been caught. He's been trying to reinforce. The T-34-85 comes in. That can definitely handle the armoured units here. I'd like to see him push that forward a little bit more aggressively. You know, maybe to around this position. Because that can handle all of the armoured units. The Su-57 can penetrate, but it will struggle at range. Whereas the T-34 will easily penetrate the SU if it gets a shot on. That's the scary unit. But the T-34 against the 85 version, Maxwell can definitely win that battle out. In fact, here we go. Looks like an engagement. Early bounce, so Maxwell's pulling that back. Looks like Finzent's trying to get a shot on here with the T-34-76, but the 85 should win this out. As long as Maxwell lets this engage. And I like the fact he's engaging one at a time, so he's not engaging both the SU and the T-34, but his Ski Jäger here looks like it's under a terrible amount of pressure, and it's bound to go down in the face of all these units attacking it. Maxwell's pulling back his T-34-85. I'd like to see him... I would have liked to have seen him continue that engagement. He had the better vehicle there. He definitely had the better vehicle. He could have won that one out. And I think it's... looks like they are still now engaging. And I'm kind of surprised Finzent is going for this battle. I would be moving that. I would not be engaging with the 76. I would probably reverse it back into these trees and down here. Because against... but again, Maxwell backing off. I think that's a mistake there. I think he should have let this fight gone on. The T-34-85 can easily handle the 76 without a problem. So I'm a bit surprised by that. Maxwell coming in with the Dornier 217J1. Looking to come in and really... develop this central area, but look at the number of troops Finzent's pouring in there. The T7 is as well. He has got a lot of troops in, and he's just holding the southern side for now, but he has a fair bit down there. I think he completely outnumbers Maxwell at the moment. Looks like an engagement down here in the southern side. The Sturmski Jägers with the 9 MP44 should easily win this one out against the Strelki CKM, as well as the Ski Fusilier firing all of its MP40s, G43s, MG42. Yeah, it does so. So Maxwell does pick up the flag back here, brings it back to a 14-10, but Finzent, you know, he's captured this one down here. He is 14-10 up right now, and he is looking in a great position. Another mortar coming in from Maxwell. And his one down here is out of shells. He has a supply truck coming in to fix it up, but I think... you know, he's relying on very few frontline units here. He has quite a few supporting units. Look how far this T-34-76 has managed to get because Maxwell did not engage with his 85. So these Dorniers are going to take down the half tracks. We have some M17s coming in now with the anti-air. This one will need to fall back for a while to ensure it's not going to get suppressed. Oh, pot shots coming down on the Opel Blitz munitions here. Oh, Maxwell lucky to escape. Some Jagdpanzer Gazelles coming in. They can take care of some of the lighter vehicles. Oh, looks like the SU did go down to the Pat 36 37mm there. Nice job with that one. Then T-34-76 pushing forwards is going to engage the 85 once again, and I still think that 85 is going to win this battle out. Oh, the Pac 36 looks like it might go down to the 52p there. Oh, and the T-34 does go down. I did miss the killing blow, but I'm pretty certain that was the T-34-85 that took it down, and that's not surprising at all. I'd like to see Maxwell push that back up again now. He's got rid of that main tank. Yeah, I think I think he should have been more aggressive with this 85, you know, left it here. And he could have tried to fight back into this northern side, but Finzent has a great foothold now. I mean, look at all the troops he's managed to pour down. Down goes a JU bomber there. That is a shame for Maxwell, and he's looking in trouble here. He needed to make gains early, he needed to trade early, and I think even at this stage, only 8 minutes in, I just think the game is against him here. Ski Fusilier in their forest. I think they are going to lose out to the Saperzi. I don't think Finzent's noticed them though, and certainly the Descent Kolgawi coming in as well. You know, they will take care of the Ski Fusilier and the Sturm Ski Jäger as well. Oh, it looks like some surrenders. Yep, some surrenders coming in. The M3A1, will it get out? Will it? It's under fire from the Jagdpanzers, and the T-34 picks up 2 surrenders, does die, but those 2 surrenders were very nice there. Finzent capturing those 2 units, beautifully done. And will he maintain the front line? I think he might just do so with this Mirtak Ognia here. Oh, the counter battery coming in on the 120mm as well from the 82mm. And a little counter battery war, little artillery mortar war going on there. The Descent's pushing back. Going to pick up another flag. 59 now to Finzent. Definitely showing a much improved game. Finzent is now really looking, really has improved his game from Season 1 of Steel Division 2 League. And I expect him to be pushing for the top of this league. Dornier 217 coming in, taking shots on the BA-10M, and definitely can deal with those BA-10Ms. So you know, it's not a bad choice of unit to go after. Looks like Finzent is using the Yak-7B as a fighter aircraft right now. Is chasing down that Dornier. No, oh, there's an SDKFZ 10-4 up here, but it would be much better positioned in this area, because at the moment, positioning of anti-air, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's better to be in the center of the map, because you get, this anti-air has a range of, oh, wrong one, 2,000 meters. So this entire line of sight bar is better than 2,000 meters. Where he is, a lot of that 2,000 meters is off the map right now. So if he had this anti-air unit down here, he'd be using the full 2,000 meter range. He can just cover a much larger area. So Maxwell, if you pick up this game, or anyone as well looking to improve their game, you know, anti-air units are better off in the center of the map than right on the edge. That is a simple tip there for you guys. It's one of the quick tips. I need to continue my quick tip series. I definitely do. Ski Jäger are coming under fire from the Saperzi. Do manage to drop off in time, but they just aren't fantastic units, these Ski Jägers. You know, they have the 7 Carabiners and the MG42, but it's just not a fantastic loadout. Not a fantastic loadout. Oh, look at this Yak-7B just completely going after the Dornier. Finally goes down. And some anti-air coming in from Maxwell. We are now into B phase. Finzent has a 16-8 right now. He's completely dominating the map. And he could push in all areas and get this game done for Finzent. Oh, down goes a... I'm hoping that was just a leader that was in there and not a commander. I can't quite remember whether there was a commander in Maxwell's deck. Let's have a look and see. Right, we've got the support tab. It was a commander in the deck, so that might have been the commander that went down there. Oh, that would be a real shame if that was. Oh, just look at the number of units in the center area. I mean, the Polish can really put out a lot of units because they have some cheap equipment at their disposal. The T-34-76 is 45 points. The T-70's 30 points. You can get a lot of them out. You know, they're just reasonable infantry support tanks. They will struggle against the T-34-85s, but I just don't think Maxwell has the income to spend on them. And on top of that, you know, he's got to buy other frontline troops. It's not as though he can only buy T-34-85s. Looks like the Ski Jaeger Pioneer are pushing back through. Should pick up the kill against the May attack Ognier. And that will at least leave a little bit of pressure, force Finzent to think about moving northwards again. Maxwell needs to cover this flag off with some unit. I think Finzent has built up a defense in the southern side, so it's not as though Maxwell can, you know, invest and push forwards there. The Ski Jaeger's pushing out in the open, but the T-70 is there providing fire support. 17-7 for Finzent right now. And yeah, this one is... I think this is the case where the division choice and the income choice really hurt Maxwell. He needed to trade very well at the start of this game. And, you know, that's tough for anyone to do. You know, to be forced into trading incredibly well. You know, it is tough for anyone. Well, I think the Ski Jaeger should move into this building. It would provide them with a little bit more cover. It will still allow them to use the Panzerfaust. I think they are going to get there, and at least we'll be able to get the Panzerfaust shots off. Although, in comes the Yak-7B fighter bomber just at the right time. Great calling from Finzent. Saved his half-tracks there. You know, trading well with those half-tracks and those units. Able to save them. And the M3A1 pushes forwards once again. I think it will get taken out by this SDKZ-74. Yeah. A half-track can't stand up to an anti-air unit like that. But, more pressure from Finzent, more bombers coming in, but Maxwell just doesn't have the frontline units. I think doesn't have the frontline infantry to compete. He has tried to push forward once again. Now he's got the T-34-85 into a much better position, and actually, if that 52P went down, he'd find it much easier pushing in with his infantry. The Jagdpanzer Gazelles, though, they have no HE on their cannons, so. Yeah, he's not got a great chance there. I'd like the sniper to push up as well into that 1,000-meter range. He has got the 80mm mortar there, so that's decent. But you know, another tank down there as well would have helped out. Finzent pushing the T-34E through on this northern side, taking shots onto the Ski Jaeger Pioneer, and Finzent's done enough just to kill the infantry. He's not in a fantastic place in this top position, but overall I think he's got so many units everywhere across the battlefield that he can spend time now reinforcing that northern unit, and he's going to northern area, and he's going to do that with the Su-85. He does have a T-34-76 up here with a micro mistake from Finzent. The T-34-76 just kind of sat there not doing anything. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, just keep an eye on your rear lines. Make sure you don't forget a unit back there somehow. And Finzent again clearing up this central position. He's been under no attack in the south, and actually if Finzent pushes through, the amount of units that he's got, I definitely think he can put a dent into Maxwell. I mean, once he got through this front line of units, there's nothing behind it. So yeah, he would definitely make progress there. I mean, Finzent has this one in the bag right now. 4 minutes 30 left on the clock, still a 15-9. We're not quite out of B phase. Maxwell does still have the advantage, but he definitely hasn't made the gains that he needed to. Oh, this Ski Jaeger just needed to go into this house here to get the shot off against the T-34 there. So I think, you know, maybe not the best choice there from Maxwell. I would like this Ski Jaeger here to come into this building and hop buildings all the way up, and then at this stage you could probably just get the shot off. 120 meters. I mean, it'd be seriously close to getting the shot off at that stage. Looks like the T-34-85 and 42 have come up now, taking shots at the T-70. Will win that battle out. Yeah, down goes the T-70. Mortars coming in. Wow, 2 support trucks in the same spot. Oh, and both of them go down there. Wow, and the explosion sort of bugging out at that point. I think the explosion was so big from these 2 support trucks going down that it all bugged out. But yeah, big loss of units overall, but Finzent, I don't think he'll be too worried. I think M17 has bailed out. Actually, yeah, no anti-air back here. But the ME-109 is engaging so far over Finzent's lines that Maxwell is bound to lose that plane. I think he ought to bring that one back now. Probably not quite aware of where that plane is. He's managed to bring back to a 1410, so Finzent is 1410 up. There's still 6 minutes in. Ooh, sight damaged. Oh, the Su-85 in a nice spot here to get the initial shot off. That will hurt the 42s. Some grills coming in. The grills could really have helped earlier on. Yeah, I think Maxwell has pushed back in now. And oh, look at these Jagdpanzer. Oh no, they're T-34 and a Jagdpanzer Gazelle. They are. Wow, that Strelke SVT has the Panzerfaust but no icon. Big issue there. Eugen needs to fix that. The SVT, Strelke SVT has no anti-tank icon on it. But the Su-85 does go down. Nice job from Maxwell there, defeating that SU. And actually he has some nice units in here to at least take back his flag. Finzent coming in with the reinforcements though, and we are about to enter C phase. Finzent will pick up the income advantage once again, and Maxwell, he just hasn't built up any kind of lead at all. He really needed to be in the lead at this point and push him for the victory, but it's the opposite way round. I mean, what could Maxwell have done differently? I think the division choice definitely hurt him, as well as the income choice. What he could have done differently, I think, as a Maverick income, I think maybe he should have gone all in with infantry and the odd tank, you know. Oh, down goes a supply truck there. He bought in this mortar unit fairly early. He then bought in another one. He lost out in the northern side. I think maybe he should have forgotten about that for a while and just all out in this central area, just every infantry unit at his command into this central area, and just tried to catch Finzent off guard early on. But I think the division choice really let him down as well. Pack 40 is going to take a nice shot there, yeah. Loader kill onto the Su-85. It is going to get the first shot in. It did have one in the breach, but it won't be able to reload now with the loader kill, and that Pack 40 is going to finish off that Su-85. Incendiary, surely this shot. Well, he's got the APCR on. He doesn't need that APCR on to penetrate. Does get the armor crack though, so it does take out the SU. These Pack 40s will do a decent job against all of Finzent's armor, and actually a lot of the armor has gone down. He doesn't have a massive great deal of armor. He has a decent amount, but I think a lot of that armor has been lost. It looks like Maxwell is pushing down into this southern side, but it's a little bit too late. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. I mean, even if he turned it, the income advantage is with Finzent. I think the unit composition is with Finzent. I think he had a deeper deck, so I don't think Maxwell can pull this one back. This SDK said 10-4 is kind of a bit... I think it's a little bit more out in the open than it needed to be. I think maybe just back here, or back here behind this heavy forest. Yeah, somewhere here would be nicer. Or just back here. I think it's a little bit too out in the open. Like if something comes down, gets across here, they can just fire straight down on that T30, on that SDKSZ 10-4. You know, whereas here it just limits that sight line. In comes a Dornier 217 J1. I think the other thing maybe Maxwell could have done a little bit different is to not rely... Wow, just look at the numbers of infantry Finzent has in this central town. Down goes the Pak 40 to the Yak 7B strike. I think maybe Maxwell could have relied a little bit less on an aircraft too early. I think A phase he should have concentrated on trying to get the ground with a hell of a lot of infantry and the tanks at his disposal, and then in B phase with the income advantage he could have brought in a lot more aircraft to try and cement his positioning. But I think he had too few units, too few, you know, frontline fighting units early on. Look at this flank from Finzent with the T-70. He's trying to get round to attack the mortar unit. There is a shooter kill and a loader kill onto the T-34 from the M42 here. This T-70 is so close. Just push forward. Push forwards. There's also the Sturmoa. You know, push them forwards as well with the RPG heat shell. Certainly when there was a shooter kill, he could have given that a shot. And they probably would have got the kill. I mean, he has enough backup infantry. Well, yeah, maybe he was being a bit right to hold back at that point. But yeah, Maxwell's tried to pull back, but it's too late. It's too late. The victory goes to Finzent. Congratulations to Finzent. Commiserations to Maxwell. And look at that kill loss ratio. Maxwell traded effectively 1 for 1. He traded 1 for 1 there, but honestly, he didn't look like he had a chance in that game after about 8 minutes. That game went for 24 minutes. Finzent, I think, had the victory at around 8 minutes, unless something major went wrong, unless something drastically went wrong. Finzent had the victory in Phase A there. But Maxwell traded 1 for 1. So I think that cements my issue with the division pick and the income choice. I think that really let him down because he traded 1 for 1. So he just didn't have the right income, and he didn't have the right division to really, you know, take advantage of that trade. You know, a one for one trade, you really should be at 12-12, shouldn't you? You know, all things being the same, everyone brings the same amount of units onto the field. There's no income disparity, etc. If you trade 1 for 1, you should be at 12 flags. The enemy should be at 12 flags. But obviously, the division, you know, pick came into it. The income disparity came into it, and that wasn't the case. Finzent was up at 17 flags, I think, at one point. Definitely spent a lot of time at 16-8, a lot of time at 15-9. So Maxwell, if you watch this back, I think a 1 for 1 trade, you definitely should not be disheartened by that. I think you traded very well in this game, considering that I think that you were at a disadvantage with the income and the division pick. But congratulations to Finzent. Definitely used his advantages to his benefit. Look at this M17, used very well to get a number of kills there. Nice use of the T70s, actually. I don't think I have the T70 in my deck, but if you use the First Polish as a very A-phase oriented deck, then those T70s can definitely help you out, as well as the BA-10Ms. My First Polish deck is... well, I think I deleted it, but it is set up for more of a strength in numbers kind of approach. So I think it's probably a Vanguard income, but it's definitely set up to go long into the C phase. Yeah, I mean, just more T70 kills. Like, trades, nothing outstanding. The PTRSs, I think there was a few more. Yeah, a few up here, PTRS kills. Oh yeah, that, I think I missed this. I must have missed this, but this really hurt Maxwell. Look at these 1, 2, 3, 4 PTRSs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kills at the start of the game. And not only that, but 5 of them were Sturmski Jägers, the absolute best infantry units that Maxwell has at his disposal. So yeah, that massively hurt Maxwell, and that was probably, dare I say it, those 5 kills completely turned the game into Finzent's favour. Or, well, not completely turned the game into Finzent's favour, but those 5 kills probably could have won it for Finzent. Because those, do not underestimate the strength of those Sturmski Jägers. They are fantastic infantry units. They are the cream of the crop of infantry units. With the MP44s, then maybe they're not quite on the side of the Baglite Pioneers. Notice I say Baglite Pioneers because I've been told off for calling them Baglite. So they are Baglite Pioneers, I'm hearing. So there's a correction there for you guys. But yeah, these are great infantry units. So to lose so many to PTRSs early, that will really, really, really have hurt Maxwell. On the losses front, this 120mm more did a fantastic job, taking out a lot of units. But you know, I think this unit choice, would I have picked it? I don't think I would have picked it, because I think Maxwell needed more frontline units. It's all right taking them down with the artillery, but he didn't really have anything to hold the ground, I don't think. The T-34-85, I don't think he engaged that too well on the northern side. I mean, look, it picked up the T-34E kill, the T-34-76. These T-34-85s really do counter the first Polish tanks, because the 76ers can't stand up to the T-34-85. They are completely outmatched. So, you know, I think Maxwell could have utilised the T-34-85 a little bit better there. Maybe he didn't quite understand the advantage that T-34-85 had over the 76 version. This T-34-42 as well, you know, picking up a number of kills. So there we have it. Congratulations to Finzent. Commiserations to Maxwell, but I look forward to seeing both of these players again in the future, and I'm sure I will be able to cast them again. Thanks very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll be back with more Steel Division 2 action later on this week. And yeah, Fate of Finland. I think by the time this video goes out, it will have released. So yeah, lots of Fate of Finland content I'm sure will be coming up on my channel and on other channels as well. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for Fate of Finland content. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.